Welcome to In the City con Cristi, our first episode of this podcast where we're meeting all the incredible people that make up the city of Doral. And today for my first guest, of course, I have to have our new city manager, Barbie Hernandez, who we are so happy and so excited and so blessed to have at the helm of this city, helping us get the vision for Doral on track and making sure that we are accomplishing all the things that our residents have asked for. So Barbie, welcome.
Thank you, Mayor.
In the City con Cristi.
All right, I love it.
This is a great opportunity for us to get to know the people who make up Doral, not just our staff and our team here who are so critical for making sure that the city is operating and that we're providing the best service to our residents, but also people who actually make up the city, our residents, our business owners, leaders in the community, influencers, religious leaders. We're going to talk about everything in this podcast because Doral is the best place to live, work, learn, play.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of people that make that happen.
I agree.
Yeah. So I've got some questions for you that I know that the public's going to want to love to hear. And I know that it's going to give them an insight onto who you are. I know who you are. I've had the great pleasure of working with Barbie for a little over 10 years now. Since I was a councilman, she was our parks director and did a fabulous job as a parks director, and then went on to grow her career and learn more, and was previously the parks director in the city of Miami, a huge city. So you could tell us a little bit about that real quick.
Absolutely.
And about yourself. And then I'm going to ask you the first question. And then I've got two more questions. I will make this really brief because she's super busy, as am I, but she's super busy.
Thank you, Mayor.
Yes. Tell me a little bit about yourself, Barbie. Introduce yourself to our fabulous audience of Doral.
First and foremost, thank you for having me on your podcast.
Yes.
It's exciting.
It is exciting.
A little bit about myself. So, yes, Parks and Rec is my life. It was something that even as a little girl, I would go to the park, and it's something I fell in love with. And I think that more kids, families should have the opportunity to go to the parks and enjoy just, whether it's reading a book under a tree or a sport or meeting new friends, like our seniors, they meet their friends there. So a little more about myself in regards to as parks in Doral. I know a lot of the residents out here because I was here for 14 years.
Yep.
When the city had no parks and the parks were deeded over from the county, and we only had 3 parks. And so we started to do construction and bring in more programming and started the Silver Club, the Special Olympics group, Youth Basketball League, a lot of the events like the 4th of July, the Holiday Lights and Ice at Central Park. Those are all things that we were big parts of, and they kept growing and growing and growing. And so it was a lot of fun. It was part of what I did. I would come in like at 8 in the morning and then leave at like 8 or 9 at night just because I loved being here. It was something that...
It seems like you're doing the same thing again now.
I know. It is. And
Except now we're moms.
Yes.
Now we're moms. Barbie has 4 boys.
Yes, 4 boys. 10, 9, 5, and 2.
Yes.
Yeah. And they love going to the parks. They love mommy's job.
Yes.
And they love coming over to the city, and they're actually at school right here down the street, which is great too to have them right down the street. And so in Miami, the same thing. Parks was something, and I've done it for 20 years since I was 18 years old. And so I just said my age, didn't I?
We won't tell anybody. We won't tell anybody your age.
Okay, I'm sure.
You guys do the math.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe they didn't hear it.
No.
So in Miami, we had over 164 parks, about over 1,400 acres of green space. Again, a lot of programming, and in different neighborhoods and communities, just like Doral and just like a lot of other cities that they have different. We are a community, and then there's neighborhoods within neighborhoods, and then understanding that and providing what the needs are for those neighborhoods. Everybody's different. Everybody has different needs and wants, and so finding that out and providing that. And then, the park system I always said that the parks were like little cities within a city.
Yep.
So we were running little cities.
You always used to say the parks were the heart of our community.
Yes.
And that always stuck with me. It's like,
and they are.
I think, doesn't your license plate used to say I heart parks?
No, it says Park Life.
Oh, Park Life. There we go. Yeah. So I think that always stuck with me as such an important part of our community, especially Doral. So family oriented. Parks is the heart of our community. We've grown that, and I think it's what people treasure and love. And they've always been, there's always been a huge desire for that to grow and stuff. So when I thought about running for mayor in the city of Doral, I always knew that if I got here and I had the opportunity to bring someone who I just knew was as passionate as I was about this community, it was Barbie. And so she was always my first pick, qualified, just independent, outspoken, incredible human being, and extremely prepared. So that's why I'm super proud that she is our city manager. And now that we have the parks bond and we have this money that we've invested into the community, into the largest park in our city, I knew that you were the right person to bring that back on track. Absolutely. And to make sure that we together work to deliver what we promised residents. And I know that we're going to be able to do that. And so that's obviously something that's a priority for us. So now that you come back as the city manager, you were the parks director, how does it feel to be the city manager of the city that you were such a big part of its growth?
I'm 100% grateful and excited to continue moving this wonderful, beautiful city, which the residents deserve so much more, to be the lead in that with you as a team. Honestly, you wake up in the morning and number one, you thank God. Yeah. And you're just so appreciative and grateful for it that I have an opportunity to really keep moving it forward.
Yeah. I still wake up in the mornings and pinch myself. Yeah. Do you do that? Yeah. I do. I wake up in the morning, I still pinch myself and I'm like, oh my God, I've gotten this opportunity to be the mayor of this city with an amazing team. Don't wake me up from this dream, because it feels like a dream that we worked so hard for. And so every morning I still wake up, I thank God, I pinch myself and I'm like, this is real. We got to go make it. We got to make it happen. And we got to do our best.
Well, Mayor, I want to thank you so much for believing me. It's really, truly an honor, because I'm not going to let you down, let any of the council members down, or let any of the residents down either.
Oh, I know it. There's no doubt in my mind. We're not going to let the residents of Doral down, and all the things that we're going to work on together. And so my next question is for you. What do you think is our biggest challenge?
So I think there's a lot of challenges that we're going to be facing, but I think they're good challenges. You've already mentioned one, which is the bond, and it's making sure that what we went out there and said that we promised them is that what we are delivering, making sure that's communicated to them, that everybody knows what's going on, when it's going on, how much is being spent, and when it's going to be done, so that we can open up, Doral Central Park again, because that's been the biggest green space the city has been closed for a little too long. So that's the biggest challenge, is opening that back up and providing what we said we were going to provide. For the residents.
Definitely. I think that that's going to be one of our challenges. And I think that, again, I couldn't think of a better person who has been a part of it from the beginning. Even for me, like I was part of that from 2017, 2018. We did charrettes together. Yes. We were out in the community, and and a part of a lot of the workshops. And so I think coming back and seeing where it is and how we can actually deliver that product for me is super important, as I know as it is for you. So I think that absolutely that's definitely one of the challenges that we'll be facing together. And I know that that we'll be able to have the support from the community even to make sure it's done right.
Absolutely.
Which is the most important thing, is delivering the best quality product to the residents. So yes, absolutely. Definitely what they deserve. Tell me, what are you most excited about?
So it's the same, the bonds, but there's a lot of other things, the policing and bringing out the safety and the relationship with the community from the government perspective to the residents, and then just connecting all of us, because we're a team. It's not just about the city government and everything we do, but also the residents' perspective on all of that, and bringing them in so that they have a voice. Yeah. So I'm excited about bringing the community involved and getting them involved in things again. That we're a team together, the city. It's not just the government and the residents, it's us together, a community moving it forward. So I'm excited about that. Yes. I'm excited about seeing everyone again, all the team members in the city, the residents that I missed so much for the last 3 years, seeing them again. Getting involved with the business owners and seeing what they're about, what they want to do, how we can work together on that. Mm-hmm. Those are all exciting things for me in accomplishing that. Also, the budget, being very fiscally responsible. Mm-hmm. I do take pride in looking at the numbers and the data and the information.
I know.
We're gonna stay within what we need to do. That to me, I love it. I love what I do, and I love the city, and I'm excited about.
And so that was going to be my final question. Oh. And this is one that I get asked all the time, and I don't have a perfect answer, and I don't know that you will either, but I'll tell you what I think my perfect answer is. Maybe it's the same as yours, but how do you maintain, we're women, right? And we're always going to be, you know what the question is already, don't you?
I see it. And I take a deep breath every single time.
I know, so do I. But here's the thing. We're women, we're young, and we're always going to be judged on that sometimes too, right? And it is what it is. Sometimes I say I like to be underestimated because then I surprise versus underdeliver. And so how do we maintain that work-life balance?
It's difficult. Every day is different. Yeah. So, every week, every month, birthdays. And it's honestly, you have a great support system.
Yeah.
I have a great husband. My kids are awesome. My mother-in-law, my mom, my sister, my nanny, because she's awesome. She's part of the family. It's honestly a great support system. Having a great place to come work. Mm-hmm. We believe in that, and I've said it here, and I'm going to say it again, even to our team and our staff members, is that having that balance. It's not about, hey, this 8 to 5. It's about performance,
right?
And just performing and understanding that there's life. Everybody has a life out of here. This is our life.
Yeah,
working is our life.
Yeah,
and so as long as you can put that together and continue to deliver, no matter where the time frame is, it's how you balance it out and understanding that, and that we're understanding of that this doesn't have to be so structured of that, right. As long as we're providing great customer service, we're providing what we say we're going to provide. That's how I've taken it. If it's, maybe I couldn't answer certain emails, just giving you an example, during the day.
Are you telling me you didn't answer one of my emails today?
But guess what? You may end up getting that response at 10 o'clock at night tonight after the kids go to bed.
I know.
Because that's
the residents know, because sometimes I answer really late. And it's funny because my assistant will be like, don't answer at midnight because you make more mistakes. And I'm like, but that's the only time I have to answer.
Right.
You want to know what my answer is? Do what you love.
Yeah. That's absolutely.
I do what I love. And because I do what I love, that's my balance. Yep. Is that I never feel like I'm working because I do what I love. And so it's always a part of my life. I put my family becomes involved in that. Mm-hmm. And so I think that that's the best way we can tell people to have that work-life balance is try to make what you love what you do, but also do what you love.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're not working when you're doing what you love.
That's right. Yep. So I'm super honored to have you by my side in doing this. I know that the city of Doral is in great hands, and I know that I can go on vacation and things will be okay around here. Not that I'll do much vacationing, but I know that things will be okay around here when that happens. So thank you for sacrificing everything that you sacrificed to be our city manager, because it is a sacrifice, and it's public service. Yes. So while we do what we love, it is public service, and sometimes it is a thankless job, and so I'm gonna thank you from the start, because I know you'll do a fabulous job just because of how passionate and how much you love this city. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Send a message to our residents that are watching us and our business owner as our new city manager.
Thank you. My message is that we're here. We're here to, whatever you need, open doors, come visit us, come see what we're about. We're going to do a lot of tours. I think that we're going to be showing you what we're doing. So please feel free to reach out with anything. And then the promise is that we're going to deliver what we say we're going to deliver, and we're going to be absolutely open about it so that you know everything that's going on. I think that's really important.
Yeah.
So, and thank you for having the vote of confidence in me as well, because I know I've gotten a lot of messages from residents, and just thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Love you guys.
Yeah. Definitely. It wasn't a vote of confidence. I know what she can do. I've seen this woman in action, and she is definitely a force to be reckoned with. So I think that it was the best choice for our residents. But thank you for being with us. Thank you for that message. We are definitely going to be doing town halls and being out in the community, because one of the commitments I made was to being more accessible and to making sure that we're communicating our story to Doral. We all have a story to tell. Doral has a story to tell. We want you to be a part of that story. And so this is just one step of being a part of that story and of taking the story to the residents. And so that's why we wanted to do In the City con Cristi. I'm your mayor, CHRISTI Fraga. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and join us for every episode of this podcast, where we meet, talk to, and get to know all the incredible people that make up the greatest place to live, work, learn, and play, Doral.